Welcome to the Lovestead. All right, y'all. Welcome back here to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica, and this is a vlog. So in this vlog, I should say, not just today's vlog, but this vlog, I'm taking a road trip to St. Louis. Hopefully you can hear me above the car noise here. We will just turn that off. I'm taking a road trip to St. Louis for a conference for work. It is, what is today? Friday, September 30th. And on the drive down there, I will be listening to Danny Brown. It's the second book in the Brown Sisters trilogy. It's something, get a something Danny Brown. So I'll be listening to that. And it's a beautiful day, so I need to hit the road. Let's go. Look at the pony. It has red shoes on for the Cardinals. I want to go pet it. That'd be inappropriate, I know. But look at it. Okay, hello. It is late Tuesday night. It's just about midnight and I'm back in town. I am really bad at filming when I travel. I'm not a great travel vlogger, but it's my goal to be better at this on the next trip. So, fingers crossed I meet that goal. But St. Louis was great. Went to a Cardinals game, got to see Albert Pujols given the Golden Bat in person. It was amazing. Met some great people at the conference. My presentation was well received. I didn't read. I couldn't get my phone to like hook up to the car. The Bluetooth didn't work, and then the USB option didn't work. So then I tried just listening to Libby, and my Libby app kept crashing on my phone. So I didn't end up listening to anything on the drive there. It's about a 5-hour drive, so I could have finished several books, but it wasn't to be. So I didn't end up listening to anything on the drive, and I was so busy during the trip I didn't read anything. But I got back late Sunday and then crashed, and I was exhausted Monday, and I had to catch up on work. I had to catch up on grades and homework and a bunch of other stuff. So then I was up until like 3 a.m. Monday. Well, like Monday night into Tuesday morning, like up. And today is Tuesday. I'm finally caught up on grades and with my teaching stuff. That's all caught up. I'm mostly caught up on email, and I still have to catch up on homework. So I'm still working through that stuff. But I went to the barn tonight. So good to see the horses after being away. And that's where I just wanted to check in, because it's been several days since I've last checked in. Tonight I'm going to start reading the book Doll Bones for book club. So I decided that this week I'm going to focus on getting through my book club books, because I would like to start doing this thing where I do all my required reading the first week of the month and get it out of the way, so then I can just mood read the rest of the month. So this week I'm reading all my book club books and gonna film it, because I'm just doing 3 book clubs this month. No, 4 book clubs, but they're short books, so I can get through them. All right, that's the check-in. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is the next morning, and I in fact did not start Doll Bones last night. Well, I started it. I've tried to start this book like 3 times now, and every time I start it, I just am immediately like, no. Like, and I don't know if it's the book or if I'm just not in the mood to read. I'm still so exhausted from my trip, y'all. Like, this trip took it out of me. It was a wonderful experience. It was a great time, but like, travel when you have a chronic illness is really difficult, and it's taking me a long time to recover from that adventure. I think I'm just not in the mood to read in general, because there's like 4 other books I could be reading this week. None of them sound good, because honestly, reading just doesn't sound good, because once I got back to town, I had a bunch of work to do, and I had so many things to catch up on, and it's like my days have been like 9 a.m. to, well, Monday night it was 3 a.m. Last night it was 1 a.m. And it's like I'm still trying to catch up on rest and stuff and get back into like my groove after traveling. So I'm exhausted. So like by the time I finish what I have to do, and like I am caught up now. I am caught up now. I'll be able to go to bed at a decent hour tonight, but I am behind on reading. And because I've been so exhausted, I just have not been able to like sit down and read. Because I'll sit down and read and like it's just too much for my brain. Like even a middle grade is just too much for my brain right now. And I just would rather scroll through Instagram or something that doesn't require me to think at all. So I've been, instead of reading, rewatching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Do you guys watch that show? Have you seen it? I know it's like wrapped up. They released the last season a year ago, but I haven't seen the last season yet. So I've been rewatching that, and I'm going to watch the last season finally. It's such a good show. I love it. It's horror. Like, it's horrifying. It's terrifying. It's gory. It's gross. It's not for the faint of heart, but I really like it. Because of course I do. anything dark and twisted I seem to really enjoy. But I guess that's the update. The update is I haven't gotten reading done, but now that I'm caught up on everything and I'm going to be able to go to bed at a decent hour, hopefully I'll be able to dive into a book, whether it's Doll Bones or one of the other 4 that I need to read for a book club. So I think I might extend this vlog out into next week, right before I take my next trip. Because next week I'm taking another trip. And then we're not traveling again until March. So that's all well and good. But I think I'm going to extend the vlog into next week because I want to read those 4 book club books for this vlog. And so far, it hasn't happened. Okay. Gonna start this while they bring the horses in. Focus. Hello, y'all. It is Saturday, the 8th of October. The 8th of October. Saturday, the 8th of October. And I don't know what I'm doing with this vlog anymore. So, Thursday, which is I think the last time I checked in with you, I was at the barn with the barn manager's wife, and we were leaving after a ride, and it was dark out, and the horses were all inside, and we heard this like screaming noise from across the pasture, and I was like, what is that? Is that a bird? And so we were kind of investigating, and then I was like, is that a cat? And like out of the pasture into the street light comes this little gray kitten. And she couldn't be more than like 6 to 8 weeks old. And I was immediately like, okay, you're coming home with me. But like Thursday I had finally caught up on sleep from my St. Louis trip, and I was finally feeling good. So I took this kitten home, and the poor little thing, you know, she's skinny, she has fleas, no visible injuries or anything like that. But I needed to kind of keep her separate from my animals just in case she had like feline leukemia or something like that. So kind of kept her separate from everyone, set up a little separate litter box station and all of that. She ate like 3 little cans of cat food. Clearly really hungry, adorable little lover face. And I didn't sleep at all Thursday night. I got like 2 hours of sleep. And because she was just like all over me, and then I was trying to keep an eye on her to make sure she didn't get into anything. And like, you know how it is, like with a new animal, especially an animal like that young. She's just a baby. She's a baby. So I got like 2 hours of sleep on Thursday night, and Friday took her into the vet. She's getting checked out for feline leukemia, feline immunodisease. She's going to get dewormed, flea treatment, all of that jazz, just like a full little workup. And we'll see what the results of all those tests are, and then kind of make a decision from there about what to do with her. So yeah, so now I was tired again because I was up all night with this little one. And let me just put in some B-roll of the baby because she's precious, and I did make sure to take some B-roll of her. So here's some of that. Isn't she the cutest? Oh my gosh, I have a name picked out for her if her test results come back negative. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I don't know what to do with this vlog anymore because I'm only on like page 60 of Doll Bones. And I was talking about how it was really hard for me to get into this book, and I didn't know if it was because of me not being in the mood to read or if it was the book itself. It's the book itself, and I hate saying that because it's my book club pick, but it's really hard for me to get into this because a big chunk of this book is Holly Black explaining what the kids do when they play this imaginary game, and it's just not engaging for me. I find it really boring. I find like wanting to skip over those parts, and I just don't care. Like, I just don't care how they're playing with their dolls and the story of what their dolls are doing in their imaginations. Like, it's just not interesting to me. And maybe it's interesting to an 11-year-old, but it's really putting me off the book. I find that when they get out of that playtime stuff and they get into more like this is stuff happening in the real world, like the situation with Zach's dad taking his toys away and the family meeting that they have and the stuff going on with his basketball team, like that's engaging and interesting and fun, and I'm into that. But then it's like they flip back to this storyline of the dolls and their imaginary game that they're playing, and I'm just not digging it. I'm just not engaged in that at all. So I'm only on page 60 of this. I'm probably, maybe I'll buckle down and finish it yet this week, but this is probably the only book that I will end up reading because everything is just so like kind of out of control right now. I'm not gonna lie. There's like so much housework to do, and then I'm trying to prep for the next trip that I'm taking next week. Like, I leave on Wednesday for my next trip, and so like trying to catch up from the last trip and prepare for the next trip, and like I just haven't had time to read. I just haven't, and I don't know how much time I will have to read. So it's like, what is this vlog now? This is just like a travel and kitten vlog now with a little splash of books. So I think today I'll probably try to edit what I have of this so far and see, like, is it getting really long, or is it okay to try to keep going with it and get some books read in the meantime? I don't know. We will see. We will see what's happening because I don't know what's happening. I'm washing all my bedding right now because like the little baby had fleas, and so, which is like, my animals are fine. They're on a monthly flea preventative, so it won't affect them, but like washing my bedding on hot and all of that to make sure, you know, any flea residue is gone from there and all that jazz, and just cleaning up her litter box area, and like there's just a lot happening that is pulling me away from reading. And so I don't know what I'm doing with this vlog, is the moral of the story. Hello, it is close to midnight on Tuesday, and I have to leave early in the morning for my next trip tomorrow, and I didn't finish my book, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I'm sorry there wasn't more reading, but that's just my life right now. It's chaos. So I can't ask you any questions about the books because I didn't read any. So comment whatever you want down below, I guess. And if you just want to let me know that you're here, leave me a kitten emoji. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.